My name is Lucky. Hi, my name is Lucky. I'm a professional makeup artist, and today I'm going to school you a little bit on contour, highlight, and underpainting techniques. Forgive the weird light. I'm sitting by a window that I don't have curtains on, so sorry if that's distracting. Today, I wanted to talk about the tones that people use to contour and highlight their face. I'm seeing a lot of makeup artists on social media talking about underpainting, and unfortunately they're doing it with like a bronzer. But first, let's talk a little bit about how to train your eye to see tones, different qualities of color that you are looking for in the face, because really you almost want to approach it like a fine art painting. I'm going to put examples up of some fine art. Hopefully you can see some of the greenish and grayish tones that are in the skin, in the shadows. In the darker skin tones, you're going to see more burgundies and blues, but definitely not bronzer colors. And hopefully what you are going to notice is that a lot of the shadows on the face actually have greenish tones, grayish tones, on darker skin, sometimes bluish or burgundy tones. So it's not a bronzer tone generally. Bronzer is, giving your face a tanned look, which is very pretty, and there's definitely a time and a place for it, but I'm going to show you what that time and what that place is. So maybe this is more of a something for other makeup artists to watch. Instead of, just makeup enthusiasts. But if you're a makeup artist, you need to be able to mix custom colors and see what kind of tonal values you need to use on somebody's face when you're painting it. When I say training your eye, a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean by training the eye? And really, that's exactly it. You have to learn how to see things in a different way, because and it doesn't come overnight. That's exactly what I mean by training. Training doesn't happen. You don't become an athlete overnight. You don't learn how to drive a car or whatever it is overnight. It takes time and practice, and a lot of it comes from looking at fine art and training your eye, even when you're looking at someone's face in real time, to see those sort of qualities. So when I'm looking at my face and I'm looking at the shadows, so I don't have a lot of makeup on. I do have a little tinted moisturizer, but my face, yes, it does have some redness and imperfections, but you kind of want to look past those and look at the actual shadows. And these shadows aren't orangey. They are, like I said, they have a grayish tone. So I was kind of swatching some stuff. These are what a lot of people use to contour and add dimension to the face. And like I said, there's a time and a place for these things. This one is from the Tom Ford Shade and Highlight. And this one is the Chanel de Beige. I will use these in time when we get there, but I went ahead and mixed up a shade. If you are a makeup artist, hopefully you have something like this in your kit, and if you don't, please look at getting one. There's many places that sell this kind of thing that have a lot of different tones in it. This one is from Le Maquillage Professionnel. But it has so many tones in it. For myself, I mixed a little bit of this. I mixed a little green, a little blue. I put a touch of gray and, added a little bit of warmth back into it with one of these to end up with a color kind of like this. Hopefully this is going to mimic a little bit more closely this sort of dark grayish tone that I'm seeing on my face. And if I'm trying to, that's a little closer to the kind of tone that you actually want to contour with. It should look more like a natural shadow rather than a tan. And not all makeup is about beauty. Sometimes you are using shade and highlight to create a character and change the shape of the face, but just for the sake of showing you guys, I'm going to do it more in a sort of beauty context. So I think that this is doing a better job than an orangey tone, than say one of these, of giving the illusion of different contours on my face. And really, when we are talking about contour, I know it's become very, very popular to do this like on a regular basis in your everyday makeup. So if you are doing that, please blend, use it sparingly. You want to think of these tones almost like watercolors, like a watercolor wash, and not hard lines. Because believe me, out there in the real world, walking down the street, bumping into one of your friends, we can see all of these harsh lines on the face. I'm going to continue to just shade a little bit with this same grayish, taupey, slightly greeny color. I want to give myself more of a bridge. I'm going to take a color to highlight. This is the Jones Road face pencil, and this is shade 2. It's quite a bit lighter than my skin. I'm going to use this to highlight. Some areas of my face. Just on the higher planes that I want to pull forward. Just going to blend these out softly. The reason why I'm demonstrating things like this is because as a makeup artist, you need to be able to explain why you're doing something. And I know that a lot of tutorials online are just kind of this one-size-fits-all kind of thing, where it's like, yeah, just put this here, put this there, and you don't know why. We already kind of covered that anything lighter than your skin pulls forward and anything darker pulls back. And when you are explaining the fundamentals of makeup and how shade and highlight works, saying that something looks snatched isn't really a full explanation. So the underpainting shouldn't be a lot heavier than that. So now I'm going to go in with a bit of foundation. This is the Armani Luminous Silk in shade 5. I'm going to take a soft brush, pick that up, and start softly going over everything on my face. And the reason I'm patting is because I don't want to move around all of the work that I just did. I still want it to stay where it is, but I want it to be shining through the foundation that I am painting on top. I'm babysitting my friend's dog, and you can hear him really wanting some attention right now. Right, Bronx? So the foundation is more of like a veil. It's just balancing out the tone of the skin. The underpainting should be almost unclockable, but you can still see some of it coming through. Now I'm going to go in with a warmer, more bronzy tone. This is the Tom Ford Shade and Highlight palette, and it's in intensity 1. And I'm going to take the bronzer, and I'm going to hit that a little higher on my face. Kind of where the sun would be more likely to hit. Still blending it with the underpainting that I did before. So we want everything to marry and not be like a paint by numbers. I know, Bronx, I know. Just going to warm up my forehead a little bit. And now, because I want to add a little bit of blood back into my skin, because we've done most of our shade and highlight and bronzing, I'm going to take a little bit of blush. I'm going to use this one from Ilia, and I'm just going to pop this where I would like to see a little bit more blood on the surface of the skin. Brush, and again I'm just going to stipple that and push that product into the skin. I hope that clears up a little bit about underpainting and looking at tonal value and what shadows and what the shadows of colors are. Remember, you're gonna look for cooler tones, generally speaking, on lighter toned skin. These are more for bronzing. If you're darker toned, then you might want to look in some bluey undertones, and get yourself one of these palettes and just mix colors. And if you don't have an art history background, that's okay. Just play around until you get the tones that you need and have fun with it. Good luck to you all.